Alright, folks, welcome to a market recap. Today, I didn't take any trades because market never offered me a setup at the 5 a.m. low. We did not have any legit lows, so we were looking for a repurchase, which we never got. So I was like, okay, we have no repurchase. I'm not looking for no trade. And this is the before math of the market, and this is the aftermath. You can see the before. This was given to the Discord, and it's the aftermath right over here. So if you're in Discord, we should be HDC because I won't be going live anymore unless I'm taking a trade. Once I have a setup, I'll go live for an hour or two. Otherwise, I will not go live at all until further notice, until in the near future, because it wastes a lot of my time because I have to stay in the live stream and talk, yap and shit, rant a lot, which I don't want to do, right? Because I have a lot of stuff to do right now. I have to do a lot of shit. So yeah, that's the reason. And today we did have a long opportunity. We did have this hourly SMT with the 5 a.m. low before the 9 a.m. came around. But when we did have this SMT, it gave us a rejection block entry. But I did not execute. As I said before, when we have SMT, I'm looking to enter on this candle's rejection block. So market didn't have the rejection block, so I did not proceed to enter the trade, as well as I would have not entered the trade at all, simply because at the 5 a.m. candle low of the 1 hour time frame, there was no valid low. You can see the low of this 5 a.m. low. It was just a bullish candle. As you guys know, we need a valid low, valid high, even for the rejection blocks, right? For the rejection block entries for the SMTs. Let's say we have a SMT with this hourly CRT. The hourly CRT has to be low of the rejection block of the hourly CRT has to be low of the hourly time frame of the hourly CRT must have a valid high, valid low on the rejection block. Otherwise, we could purge it out. Then we get the we get a rejection block. And when we get a rejection block, it doesn't have a valid low. It doesn't matter. But when we have SMT, it does, because we're entering on this candle's rejection block, which on this case you can see the 5 a.m. which is a bullish candle. You can see what about this bearish candle? That's from a different range, and this is from a 5 a.m. candle range. So I didn't have that. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna take a trade. I'm gonna wait, because why am I not executing this rejection block long? Simply because of when it's SMT, I'll enter the candle I'm having SMT with rejection block, because that's a form of turtle soup, and that's the best way to enter a SMT trade, because that will help you avoid a lot of loss. Because I've experienced that happening a lot, because where I would have an SMT around here, I would have an SMT with its quality pair, or whatever, or I would have an SMT, but the market would be all over here, and I will enter a trade here. I'll get stopped out. Market will go lower, give me another SMT, and I'll get stopped again, right? Until I get one good one, then it goes in my way. So this way, when I'm entering like a trade like this from this candles that we're having SMT with, it'll help us avoid low probability, to help us have a predetermined entry straight away with an SMT without waiting for the confirmation. And you can see you got a low got souped. Eventually, once that low got souped, we're instantly going to the 15-minute time frame, because it's no longer an hourly Neo continuation. Now it's a 4-hour Neo continuation, because the 4-hour time frame is impact with a 4-hour CRT here. Now going down to lower time frame, when the low got souped, there was no legit low, so I was looking for this low to get repurged, which never happened, and eventually hit our target. But if you paid attention, there was a setup right over here, which was this rejection block long, which if you're going for a fixed RR, you would have still relatively been in the trade still. But at first, when I came to my trading desk, I was like, this looks to be a good trade take. This rejection block long looks very good to take. But There's one thing that's missing. A time when this confirmation of this candle happened of this marble one, it happened outside of the 1 a.m. candle when it's supposed to be happening. So if we have there's supposed to be a London session move, right? At the London session, it never confirmed the marble one until 5 a.m. Right? When 5 a.m. came around, it confirmed the marble one. Then I was like, yikes. I haven't faced this scenario yet, so I'm not gonna take it. It's not because of fear, it's just because of the experience, right? If you're like through experience, once we keep on executing the same model over and over, we would know, okay, we're validating straight without waiting for the model one confirmation, without waiting for the right time of the model one, without waiting for the right time of the purge. Because during that time, when that happens, you would know, okay, this will be high likely to want to deliver, which this was the one to deliver to the target. Which if you're taking the trade still, you would have still relatively been in a trade because you're going for a fixed 5RR, and this target was not against. It wasn't against the weekly time. It was against the weekly time frame draw on liquidity. So you're still relatively have to be in a trade. But I didn't execute this trade. I did see this trade happening. I was like, man, I'm not gonna take this trade because the bottom one confirmation happened outside the 1 a.m. candle. So I'm not gonna take it because that usually, if the model one, if the auto block is confirmed before the London closes, you would know, okay, London is highly gonna make a lower half day until New York. So that's the whole reason why I didn't take that trade, because there was no confirmation. So I was like, okay, this is gonna be probably the slow's probably gonna swoop out. This slow probably gonna get souped out. But one day, well, it did not even make the low of the day. It was the agent session which made the low of the day. Correct, but it just helps us tell us, okay, this high, this low is high like to hold for the next couple hours until New York comes around. And this is the market recap. The whole reason why I didn't take a trade was simply because of the wrong timing of the model confirmation. It happened outside the 1 a.m. candle. I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna take it because of that. But I was looking to take a long, and if you were to take a long, you would have not entered over here, because this candle, these two candles, usually when there's a candle which both has wick, you would enter this candle and not this candle, right? This candle's wick, this candle's bodies instead of this candle's body, because they're usually what the market would do. You would not tap this candle's model. We will not tap this candle's block. We would tap this candle's block and eventually go away, which it did. You can see you reflected out of it for a little bit, but since they're kind of closed, the only time you would enter this without entering this candles would if the candle would have closed somewhere around here. Then you could proceed to enter here without worrying about this one. But since they're kind of close, market is highly likely going to tap this as well, which it did. Eventually moved out. But I would have not taken a trade simply because of the wrong timing of the model one confirmation, which happened outside the 1 a.m. candle. So that's the whole reason why I didn't proceed to take that trade. And this is my market recap. Thank you for watching. The lesson of the day is, we're going to keep on executing the same model over and over, not change our model, execute the same model so we can have experience on that model, so we know, okay, we could take the setup just through experience, just to know, okay, this setup is how to deliver, because through my experience of me executing the same model, this may be the one to execute, this may be the one to deliver. Now, the next lesson is that for whenever we're having SMT with a 4-hour CRT or Algo CRT, we're going to be entering on the 4-hour CRT, Algo CRT rejection block. We're not going to be waiting for our time. We're not going to be waiting for that model one confirmation and we're not going to be waiting for that rejection block entry. We're not going to be waiting for the confirmation. We're just going to be entering the 4-hour Algo, whenever we're having a 4-hour CRT SMT or Algo CRT SMT, we're going to be entering that candle's rejection block, and that rejection block must have a valid low. Otherwise, we're going to be looking for that purge and not going to enter. And this is my market recap. Thank you for watching, because this was going to happen. When you have SMT with this candle low, you wait for the model 1 confirmation and you get stopped out. But if you were to just enter an enrichment block of this candle, you would have not faced a loss because reason number one being is that there's no battle low. Reason number two being, as I said before, market will give SMT, give you model confirmation, stop you out, give you model confirmation, stop you out, eventually deliver. But that 2 losses, if you're a trader who waits for a very high probability, those setups are gonna fuck you up a lot. But yeah, thank you for watching. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, join the description below, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.